One thing I really like about fishing in the Everglades is there are a lot of available species, but you know what? You don't need a whole ton of rods. In fact, you can get by with one rig for snook, redfish, small tarpon, flounder, almost anything. And that's what we're going to talk about today, what we're using up in the Everglades. And generally, I'm going to use a couple of different styles of jig heads. And these are shrimp body jig heads, redfish jig heads, deluxe flat jig heads, and just another one that kind of has a molded head that looks kind of like a fish. I like these two a lot because what these will do is as you slide your bait up onto them, they have some things that will hold it on, some little prongs that'll hold it on. When you go there, you're gonna want lots of different weights. You know, you may be fishing very shallow water, you may be fishing over oyster bars, you may be fishing around mangroves, and the different weights, the quarter, the 8, 3/8 ounce jig heads are gonna be the ones that you're gonna use the most. So what we're gonna do in most of our fishing up there is we're gonna use a 7-foot medium action or medium heavy action rod with a 50 or a 40 size reel. Now this new Cabo 50 is really fantastic, and there's nothing that's up there that's gonna spool us on this fantastic reel. I've got this spooled with 30-pound braid, and I'm gonna attach that to 30-pound fluorocarbon. And then simply just attach one of these jig heads, and I'm gonna put a gulp shrimp right on this. That is our primary rig, so I'll show you how to tie that up right now. Very, very simple. Not even gonna use a Bimini. We're gonna just take a single strand of the 20 or 30-pound braid, whatever you choose to use, and we're gonna go to the 30-pound fluorocarbon, and I'm just gonna simply tie a double uni knot. I'm gonna go uni from the fluorocarbon around the braid, so just 4 or 5 times around. And then once it's down like that, we're just gonna pull on the tag end. I won't use my teeth because my dentist gets mad at me. And if your hands aren't used to this, you may need to use your pliers, but you want to make sure that your knot is tightened down at least that good, if not better. And that's a uni knot with the fluorocarbon around the braid. Then I've got one uni there. I'm going to do the same thing with the braid right here. Simply 5 turns around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just like that, you're done with your double uni knot. Pull that down tight. And of course, neither one of those knots would hold, but both of them together will jam down together and form a very tough, very strong connection. So all we'll do is trim the tag ends off of that, and I'm gonna want a leader. We're gonna do a ton of casting, probably more casting in this area than any other fishing that we do. So I just want enough overhang where I'm gonna be able to get a good cast. Too much, and this knot is gonna be going inside and outside of the tip-top guide. So I don't necessarily want that. You don't need a long leader. A short leader about this long is gonna be just fine. So I'll give myself just a little bit of extra. Cut that, and let's use this jig head today because we use this one a lot while we were fishing up there. And we're just gonna, I use a clinch knot a lot. A lot of people use a loop knot here. I do like the clinch knot on the jig. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times around, back through the hole. And I'm going to put my thumb right in the end of the hook, pull that down really, really tight. It's going to look like that. That's going to be what I'm going to use. I'm going to simply cut off the tag ends there, cut off the tag ends up here. And when we go out, or we're doing our tackle work at night, our rods are gonna look like this. We're gonna have this, all of our rods pretty much in the Everglades are gonna look just like this going out. We're gonna wait to see, you know, what bait we're gonna put on them. If we needed to and we had some live shrimp, we could actually use a live shrimp right on this jig head, or we can use something like the gulp shrimp. Gulp shrimp's very effective up there. And if we were going to rig that, we'll open that up and grab one of these guys. And very simple way to rig it here, just go right in the head. And I like to just keep pushing down until it gets to right there. Give it a second, and then pull it out, go about right there. And I'm gonna see if that's gonna be straight, which I think it will be. I'm just gonna push that a little further than necessary so that those barbs are grabbing it a little bit further down. So as the shrimp kind of settles, it's gonna look just like this. Now I'm telling you, that right there will catch just about anything in the Everglades. This was our primary rig all throughout this shoot.